yesterday, my return to long form reacting. It really does feel like this week was a week of massive reacting because I reacted to a bunch of trailers and things earlier on the Level 1 podcast. We had the Joontheking documentary on the quartering last night. I'm here today to recap all of that and let you know how it's all going. I started late today, and the reason was a very good one. Today, I was uploading the highlights from last night's awesome 2.5-hour react stream over on the DSP Reacts channel, where I returned to long-form reacting to watch the first portion of the quartering documentary by Joontheking. The Raw stream was around 2.5 hours long. The first half hour, we just kind of chilled and hung out and spent some time together to build up attendance, and then we got started with the actual reacting, which lasted roughly about 2 hours. And during that react, we got through the first major portion of the documentary, which was the early beginnings, the origin story, the first work that Jeremy, before he was known as The Quartering, did on YouTube. And I did my best to give my honest opinions on it. It seems like there's definitely a divide, and what I mean by that is, it seems like more and more today, when it comes to these hot topics, particularly when it comes to things like politics and religion, but now on the internet, it seems more like these popular topics as well. If you're not all the way to the one side over here, or all the way to the other, for some reason, people just think you're either wrong or they think you're their enemy. I remember growing up, politics was always a thing. You know, you had the Republicans versus the Democrats. And, you know, I didn't really care because I was a kid, right? I don't care about politics. But particularly, I remember that people used to agree to disagree and work together or listen to other people's opinions, try to understand someone else's perspective and where they would be coming from. Today, it's just like, no, everything is black and white. If you're not with me, you're against me. You are my hated enemy if you don't exactly agree with me on everything, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. As I always said, variety is the spice of life. Why do you think I'm still pertinent after 18 years? Is it because I've only focused in on one kind of game or one kind of topic or one kind of genre? No, it's because I'm a variety guy. So right now, when it comes to the quartering, it's either you absolutely hate this guy 100% because he's a piece of human filth, or you absolutely love this guy because he's an internet pioneer for free speech and culture wars. For me, I don't know anything about the guy. I'm just watching this documentary and I'm taking it at face value and I'm reacting to it as honestly as I can. And I'm actually bringing a unique perspective because I'm an 18-year YouTuber, all right? I've been there in the trenches. I've grifted to get ahead at multiple times during my YouTube career. Not that I'm proud of it whatsoever, but you do what you need to do to get by until you can get to a better position. Now I'm in a better position. You see, I don't need to do that stuff anymore. I'm happy to be who I am and make the content that I want, but I had to work hard to get here, and there was a lot of this kind of internet grift to get to that point, all right? And so that's the story that we're kind of going over when we're watching this documentary. How did the stream go last night? Because why not talk about this and get it out of the way before we get to all of our other topics for today? Attendance, decent. I would say on par with a decent stream that I would do here on DSP Gaming, regardless of the fact that the stream was over on the DSP Reacts channel, which I thought was going to be kind of a bad idea, but I needed to do it for a good reason. What if that stream gets stricken down for some kind of community violation or copyright claim, even though I've done none of that? But it doesn't mean that a false flag might not hit it. So I was curious what was going to happen. Would I get attendance? And I did. Like, honestly, I was pleased with the attendance. And by the way, for the record, I also had to split attendance with the kinocasino, who decided to stream on Thursday night, despite the fact that they never do. Is it
about us?
Phil, come on. Phil, come on,
We're taking views away from him.
You're not actually the center of the universe, Phil. And Phil, come on, man. I could blow you out of the water right now on stuff, Phil, and I'm not going to do it. But come on, Phil. Like, get a fucking grip. It's not always about you, man. I know you think it's always about you, but right now it's not about you. And you desperately want to jump on our coattails and on this controversy in order to bring notoriety and money to yourself. It's not about you. You have nothing to do with this. Fuck off.
Tomorrow, I am incredibly busy. Ashton knows this. I swear we'd rather have our stream tomorrow so we could rest today. Because we were tired as fuck. We were super tired.
I don't know what to say. Like, Phil, like, figure
I'm
figure it
actually
out,
kind
bro.
of exhausted. I have leadership camp tomorrow, Ash.
They streamed on Thursday night, and so that split my audience on Kick, a lot of which are Kino Casino viewers. I would argue that on both sides, YouTube and Kick side, people were talking, people were, you know, actually engaging with the content, and support, I would say, was pretty good. Overall, made if you add up everything, I probably made like $200 on that stream, which is a good stream for me, you know? So I'm pleased with how that went. It certainly didn't do gangbusters and knock down doors and go crazy with a record of, you know, how much support I received, but I was actually happy with that. We decided by the end of the night, I will do it again, and I'm going to continue that react on Sunday night, okay? So we're not doing it today. We already had an established schedule for today, where it's going to be Saros and Friday Night Fights, but I'm off tomorrow. When I return on Sunday, we will do it as the late stream again, and this will be interesting because we're going to be out of the intro. And did this react right as the quartering made the quartering channel and started to do content on it constantly. So now we're going to get into, this is where this guy hits his stride. This is where this guy gets his internet notoriety and popularity. What is that story? You know, where does the ride take us? So I think this next stream will actually be a very interesting and good one because we get to see the origins of where he is today. While last night was just way before that, all this precursor stuff, right? So overall, I think it went well. I left the stream archive up on the channel. If you haven't seen it, it's live right now, and it's about 2.5 hours long, and you can watch it in its entirety. Overnight, it doubled in view. Like, I think when I went offline, it only had like 1,000 views. However, I knew that if it was going to be successful, I needed to basically set it up so that we were going to have some kind of like a special highlight so that people could watch an abridged version and not have to sit there for 2.5 hours. So that's exactly what has just happened. In fact, it literally just went live moments ago over on the DSP Reacts channel. It is roughly a 45-minute supercut of the notable moments of last night's stream. So when you get a chance, obviously if you're watching live right now, you can't, right? But when you get a chance, if you could go check out the highlight video and let me know, number one, let me know what you think about it. 2.5 to 3 hours down to 45 minutes. It's all the key points, and it has some other stuff edited in there as well. You know, my editor does a really good job, right? He adds in extra things and supplemental content and interesting stuff that makes it way more fun to watch than the original raw content. To be honest, I do believe that. And, you know, I get it because people have always said over the years, well, Phil, the reason that your stuff doesn't resonate and your detractors are able to make videos that more people will watch is because they highlight, they cut it down, they edit it. Well, now I can do that too. So I'm going to be doing this with things that I feel is pertinent. You know, we had the video earlier this week that was Pokemon Fire Red, me trying to catch Articuno for 90 freaking minutes and going crazy. I am interested to see how this video will do. A highlight from my Reacts channel. Good stuff there. And the next stream is Sunday night. That's when we get into the meat of the whole quartering plot line. And I hope that you'll join me for that one on DSP Reacts as well.